Chicago Bulls fans.
Vic's in a much better mood tonight.
For
How's it
now,
going? Welcome back to Windy City Digits Bulls post-game edition. Monday night post-game edition.
Hit the like button right away, man, before you don't like us anymore.
Yeah, here we go. Bulls win tonight, 111-97 on a weird, you don't see these anymore, weird back-to-back home and home series matchups. Bulls win tonight, 111-97. Had control most of the game, don't you think?
It was a good, besides the first quarter, they came out a little flat. Billy D made some changes almost instantly. Took out P-Dubs right away, actually. Put Javante in.
Yes.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm so tired.
The funny thing is that everybody tonight was positive numbers except for Io. Io was the only negative player tonight with a -3. She shot 50% from the field, 5 for 10, 2 for 7 from deep, 12 points total. Had 3 assists, but had 2 turnovers. Actually, I got that backward. 2 assists and 3 turnovers.
Come on,
with
coach.
2 blocks. So, and shot 28% from 3. So, not the greatest numbers. And DeMar also had an off night, but you got Zach back tonight, which is a huge difference in the game.
All right, so one thing. So the Bulls started off slow, sloppy. They had a lot of turnovers again. And in the beginning of the year, we weren't turning the ball over as much as we're seeing now. So that's kind of like last year's team with the turnovers. And I would also say DeMar, even though you would say he had a subpar game, he actually played really well because Nurse double-teamed him almost the entire game, and he had to rely on his teammates to score. And with Zach LaVine hitting a big old 30, a dirty 30.
Skokes, what's going on, brother? Yeah,
we came through.
The only thing I don't like about the way that they handled it tonight, I don't get why, if they know DeMar is going to be doubled right away, I don't get why he's bringing the ball up or he's initiating the offense. That's the only thing I don't understand.
I believe it's so that they've got 2 guys coming up to him at the top of the key so that he can dish it out and that there's more openings. That is my guess on that. And it worked.
Well, look, tonight it worked because
brought to you by Sprite Zero.
Because you were on the back end of a back-to-back, and you had Zach there to help out tonight, and he was definitely shooting better. But it still doesn't make sense to me. If you know he's going to be doubled, right? You don't want to allow them to double with who they want to double with. You want to create the matchup. So you wouldn't want him to bring the ball up. You would want him to get the ball on the side where they can't control who's going to double him. That's the only thing that doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
You know,
I hear your point, man. I hear your point.
Skokes agrees with me. This is a good night. Skokes agrees.
Yeah, but I think that's why they got DeMar bring the ball up at the top, so that double team comes up right away.
Yeah, but
he dished the ball. That's what he kept on doing.
Yeah, but he wasn't getting rid of the. I agree with Skokes. He wasn't getting rid of the ball fast enough. If he knows that double team's called, yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought he did.
There were multiple times in the third quarter. I mean, look, and they made a mini run. They got the lead back to within like 11 or 12.
When they were up by 20
something plus, right? Yeah. And it just seemed like when DeMar was up on top, when there was a couple of times like he tried to bum rush and just bully his way down the lane. Lost the handle a couple times. But Yeah, that ball's got to move a little bit quicker out of the double team. Make them work a little bit harder. Like it almost felt like he waited until the double team got to him and then he passed the ball out.
All right, I'm gonna look at the box score, man. He also had a ton of turnovers.
He had two. He only had two.
Oh, then it wasn't him. It was Zach. Zach had 5 turnovers.
Yep. So did Vooch.
Oh, and Vooch did, yeah.
Yeah.
So looking at the Bulls here. There are your digits for the Bulls team. Zach had a pretty efficient game, actually.
The burning question that you and I have both had.
Yes. That burning question.
The answer was tonight. If you scroll down just a little bit further,
the assists,
just right there, the second to last line.
Tony Bradley
got one rebound and got one rebound tonight.
Yeah. Oh my God. He's like the Granville Waiters.
Listen, if you think about that productivity, he played 13 seconds tonight. If you multiply that times how many minutes, the guy's going to lead the league in rebounding.
The Bulls had 30 assists, man.
Well,
they were moving the ball pretty good, honestly. So as much as you guys say they were, maybe you're right. Maybe they could have moved the ball a little quicker in the double teams. But I thought, it was like night and day compared to the last time that they played the Raptors. They were moving the ball pretty effectively, and they were actually driving to the basket, creating openings. And then when Toronto came up to them to guard and help defense, they were dishing it right back out.
Well, tonight, Koloko, their center, only had 1 block tonight, where he had 6 last night.
He was in a little ball trouble too.
The Bulls had 30 assists tonight. They had 27 assists last night. So, yeah, 3 more assists tonight than yesterday. I think the shooting percentages, I think they actually shot better from 3 last night. And from the field, it's about the same. So, I still don't. I guess the thing is, like, just passing the eye test, I still don't like the way that they drew that double team. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me why you're having DeMar bring that ball up if they know, especially that double team's coming.
I don't agree with you. Shocker.
Yeah, for sure.
We're like the odd couple here, man. We like to differ on our opinions of most things. So
the other thing tonight is, go ahead.
What did you like, Miser?
No, bench play again. The bench play was solid. I thought Derrick Jones Jr. tonight was really good off the bench.
Excellent job off the bench, man.
Tonight, Dragic was his usual self off the bench. So he only had 2 assists, but he did score 10 points. Javonte again was pretty good tonight, and Zach had the fresh legs tonight. He didn't play last night, so again, to me, that just shows what an extra day of rest will do for a player.
So I don't know if you saw this, but the Bulls don't have another back-to-back for another month. So that means hopefully a lot of Zach playing. And you saw, I don't know if you guys saw it, Andre Drummond was listed as questionable an hour before the game, and he was actually on the bench. So that's positive news.
Yeah, that's good news, but with the way, again, with the long season coming up, and it sounds like the news about Lonzo is really positive right now, that he's on a good path right now. It sounds like he's starting to do some basketball activity. Did you see that?
I did not hear about that, actually. I heard like a couple days ago that he was running in water and I don't know, doing some leg work.
So that's positive. I think the biggest thing, obviously, like we learned last year, is that we want to make sure these guys are healthy for the playoffs. So, as much as we need Drummond right now in this, with these games, I would much rather sit him like an extra week or 2 if we had to, get him back as close to 100% and not risk him re-injuring that shoulder or whatever it is that he has, as far as like that injury, reoccurring.
I agree with that. You heard the Bucks lost their first game finally.
Yeah, it's a weird night in the NBA. All 30 teams are in action tonight because none of them are playing tomorrow because of election day.
Day off for us tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, day off for us too. So um, go out and vote tonight or tomorrow, red or blue,
That's
whatever
right.
it is. Just go out
Hey,
and vote.
get out there,
Um,
buddy.
yeah, so it was just it's weird just seeing all 30 teams in action tonight, but I think it's a good thing the NBA is doing so people can go, to kind of encourage a vote.
I like
Um,
the philosophy.
yeah,
It's very
yeah.
deep thinking by Carl.
Hey, here's the other thing I'm wondering. The last couple of games, Io hasn't played that great, and DeMar looks a little tired. DeMar is the guy, really, I think, that needs a load management minutes, like restriction more than anything else. Like he looks like he could use a day off or a game off. Don't
Once
you think?
again, once again, I don't agree. I don't know. DeMar's like an Iron Man of basketball. I don't think the guy needs. I don't think he needs the rest that you think he does. I
He
mean,
only had he only had 9 points tonight. Went 2 for 6. He didn't shoot that great
he
last
was
night either.
he was double teamed the entire night.
And again, that goes to the philosophy. You're taking him out of your offense right away if you're making him give up the ball off of a double team.
It worked tonight, man. That's all I'm gonna say. The last night they didn't do this. It wasn't successful, although their bench played terrible the last game against Toronto. So you might be right, but I mean, DeMar only shot 6 shots.
Yeah,
I mean,
because because he didn't have the ball in his hand.
he played the most minutes on the Bulls. I don't know. He was a +7. I
He's
don't
usually
know.
much more productive than that with that kind of minutes.
No, he is, but the rest of the team came through. I mean, they had 6 guys in double figures without him. That's pretty darn good. Almost 7.
Yeah.
Did they out rebounded? Did they out rebound? I'm looking here because last night they got killed on the boards. Oh man, they out rebounded them 49-31 this game.
It goes back to my it goes back to my theory about the back-to-backs.
Okay.
So
All right. Yeah. I mean, yes, but they don't have one for another month. So the next month, the Bulls have a pretty tough couple
they have
games
some,
coming
they,
up.
they have
So
yeah, they definitely have some tough games coming up for sure. When do they play again? Is it Wednesday or Thursday?
I want to say it's Wednesday. I'm gonna look it up right now. They are now 6-6. They almost lost their third game in a row, so that was good that they didn't do that for the first time. They're playing. Oh, this is going to be a good game. The Pelicans on Wednesday
Yeah, they play
at the UC.
Yeah, they play Pelicans and then the Nuggets and then the Pelicans again in a week.
Yep, I know.
And then they're done with the Pelicans for the year, I believe. And then they play Orlando and then Boston and then Milwaukee. So no, I mean you can't even say Orlando is going to be an easy game per se, but the next
No
6 games,
easy.
let's see, 5 of the next 6 games are
New Orleans, Denver, New Orleans, then skip Orlando. Boston's tough. Milwaukee's tough. Yeah, it's going to be 5 of the next 6 games are going to be pretty competitive. So once again, if the Bulls can come out of another scenario like this, 500 over that span, I'd be happy.
Yeah, well, I mean, last year these were games that we were obviously winning, right? I mean, right now they sit in the 6th position in the Eastern Conference, just a half game behind the Raptors, 2 games behind the Hawks. But look, the 2 teams in our division right now that are at the top of the Eastern Conference is Milwaukee at 9-1 and Cleveland at 8-1. And Cleveland's playing tonight. Let's see how their game goes tonight. But yeah, You know, we haven't even started our series with the Bucks yet. We've already played one against Cleveland. We've got 2 under our belt with the Celtics. Played 2 against the Raptors. We haven't even played the Hawks yet. So, you know, we got to take advantage of these situations where we can. The good thing is we're beating the teams that we've been having problems with. So,
No, absolutely, man. We're actually playing better ball against the teams that were beating us all last year.
yeah.
So I mean that's one positive. Now we need to start beating the teams that we're supposed to beat. That's good. I still like, you know, even though Io might not have had a good game shooting from 3, he was still taking the ball to the basket quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still like his aggressiveness. I think Patrick Williams, like we've talked about, is being more and more aggressive every single game. Seems to be a little more comfortable in that role. I mean, he shot 50% from the field, 4 for 8, 0 for 2 from 3. But he did grab some key rebounds, 6 rebounds.
Yep.
1 block, 2 assists for a total of 10 points tonight, plus 2. So Patrick Williams, I think, is, you know, starting to kind of feel it a little bit. You know, I think Io playing starters minutes. He's going to have to, you know, hopefully a couple of days rest will help him out, right? But
did you hear Stacey King talking about the teams he is actually concerned about with the Bulls?
I didn't. I missed that.
It was probably third quarter, fourth quarter. He was talking about Boston. He thinks we match up very well against them. He said Milwaukee, he'd be worried about. Cleveland a little bit, but he thinks we could take them in the series. And then what was the other team? Philadelphia.
Because we can't beat Embiid.
Doesn't seem like it.
We can't beat. Like I said it before. Like we might be able to beat Embiid like a game or 2. We're not going to beat him in a series.
No, but if we really want to make it to the second round in the playoffs, we've got to get that one of those top 4 seeds.
Even if you get one of the top 4 seeds, chances are you're going to have to see 2 of those teams, 2 if not all 3 of those teams.
Well, eventually, but not right away.
No, in the first round you might be able to get a good matchup in the first round, but even then, I mean,
that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but look, you still you don't want just a first round win.
I do want a first round win for some confidence, and then play one of those teams and take them 6-7 games. You never know what might happen.
You're sounding like me.
You get Lonzo back.
You're starting to sound like me.
I don't know. I really do think the Bulls, the tale of 2 seasons is going to be last year we came out strong, leading the East, and then this year we're going to be like around 500, and I think we're going to take off that second half.
Wow. Look at Mr. Positivity over here.
I do. I think so, man. Well, we're going to be healthier, hopefully, and not maybe we get some of these ridiculous injuries out of the way. We do miss Kobe White, too.
You think so?
Yeah, I think we do a little bit, yeah, with his 3-ball. I thought his defense was actually pretty good this year. I think
he scored
playing pretty good D. We scored well.
35 points off the bench, and you only went 4 deep on the bench tonight.
I know, but Zach seems to be the only one that can shoot the 3-ball with some consistency, other than Dragic. And Dragic doesn't shoot a whole lot of threes, but when he does, he's pretty solid. Vooch had Vooch is a strange animal, man. He always gets double-doubles, but there's times when you're like, man, if you could just make a couple more shots. Like, I didn't think he had the strongest game tonight either.
Well, he didn't. He had 13 rebounds, 4 assists, which is more than he usually gets, right?
I know, and he was 7-14. It just didn't look that great. I don't know why, but
so Skokes is coming through tonight with these comments. So he'd rather have. Yeah, I agree. Like, I think if there's minutes to be had, I'm not taking him away from Dragic for Kobe.
No, I'm not. But I think we miss an extra shooter.
It's the same question again. Like, whose minutes does he take away?
Great question, man. I thought Billy Donovan was doing a good job of his rotations with Kobe, with Dragic. Although you're right, Dragic was only averaging 14 minutes a game when Kobe was in. So I don't know. I do like Dragic's passing skills better. His defense is better than I thought it would be. Dragic.
Yeah. Yeah, and his assist number, I think, would even go up whenever Drummond comes back, because he had that connection with Drummond. He was getting like 2 or 3 extra assists a game just because of Drummond.
It was like our connection. I know we've talked about this before.
So,
I love you, man.
It's late.
You ready to go to bed?
It's late for you.
Hey,
you don't even know what you're saying anymore.
It's a day off tomorrow, man.
Yeah, it's a day off tomorrow. I'm going to the gym still tonight. So,
for crying out loud, you're nuts, dude.
That's what I do. So, I Bulls win tonight, 111-97. Big win tonight. Get us back to 500. Bulls will play again on Wednesday versus the Pelicans, which should be a good game at the UC. I'm
excited, dude.
We will see you guys. If you haven't had a chance yet, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, get notified of future episodes.
Hit everything.
We do appreciate everyone that's been watching, especially
folks,
our usual viewers hanging out with us. We do appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Love.
And digit.